Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 8 with group member are Sabitah Mufid, Nur Lailatul, Fat, Nadia Mulyani, and Nur Rahmawati. And in this video, we wanna discuss about ICT and education. And then from ICT and education, we will discuss 4 parts. For the first, it's introduction to ICT in education. Second, ICT tools and integration models. And the third, implementation of ICT in English language teaching. And for the last is evaluation, changes, and ethics on ICT and education. So for the first thing, we're gonna discuss first introduction to ICT in education. What is ICT in education? Okay. ICT in education refers to the use of various digital technologies to support the teaching and learning process. This technology is not limited to device like a computer or laptop, but also include the internet and application, online platform, and another digital media like video or audio. In the educational context, ICT is not just an additional tool. It has become an essential part of the learning system itself. This means that technology is used to help teachers deliver material more actively, while also helping students understand lessons in more engaging and varied ways. So we can know ICT in education is essentially an effort to integrate technology into the learning process to make learning more effective, efficient, and relevant to current development. Okay, so for the next, there is roles of ICT in learning. So in here, ICT plays a significant role in transforming the way learning takes place. First, ICT acts as a learning medium. This means the technology is used to deliver the material. For example, like videos, and then interactive presentation, or even animation. And this type of media helps students understand the difficult material because they are presented visually and engagingly. And second, ICT function as a learning resources. With the internet, students can access additional textbook. There are no limited to find textbook in internet. They can seek additional information from various sources, and it's make student more easier to find another information. And the third, ICT also serve as a communication tool. The teacher and student can interact not only on classroom, but also in online platform like Google Classroom or Zoom. Like this allows learning to continue even without face-to-face interaction. And the last one, ICT serve as an evaluation tool. Like teacher can administer quizzes or exam online, like what G-Form, Google Form, or Kahoot. It can make it, and then this makes the evaluation process faster and more efficient. So for the next, we can see here there are differences of traditional learning versus ICT learning. In traditional learning, the learning process is usually teacher-centered, and then the teacher is the primary source of information, while the student tend to be passive recipients of materials. Furthermore, learning resources are limited, like usually limited to the textbook, and learning takes place solely in the classroom. In contrast, in ICT-based learning, it's usually student-centered. I mean, the student can explore to seek to find information, to discuss, and to explore the material independently. Also, learning resources become much broader. And furthermore, learning with ICT in education is more flexible. Students can learn anytime and anywhere. I mean, there is no limit to the classroom. In other words, ICT transform learning from passive to active, from limited to open, and from rigid to flexible. And then the importance of ICT in education. So the benefit from using ICT in education, I mean, they can improve learning outcomes and teaching quality, can promote active and student-centered learning, can expand access to information and resources, and then ICT can build digital competence, and then for the last, can support lifelong learning and future readiness. So, and then for the next material is implementation of ICT in ELT, will be explained by Nur Lailatul Fat.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. So, in this slide, I will talk about the implementation of ICT in English language teaching or ELT. Let's begin. Okay, so the first point is about ICT integration in lesson plan. First, ICT supports teaching activities. It helps teachers explain materials in a more interesting and interactive way, so the class doesn't feel boring. The second is ICT can be used in every learning stage, from the beginning of the lesson, during the main activity, all the way to the evaluation. The third, there are many examples of ICT tools that teachers can use, such as Google Classroom, Canva, PowerPoint, and quiz like that. And the fourth is ICT also give benefits for students. They can learn more actively and they can access learning materials easily anytime and anywhere. So, basically, ICT makes the lesson plan more flexible, engaging, and effective. Now, let's move to the second point, ICT for listening and speaking skills. For listening, there are two main ways ICT helps. The first one is by using videos and audio, like YouTube, videos, and podcasts. This helps students practice their listening skills with real, authentic content. The second one is improving pronunciation. Students can hear how words are correctly pronounced directly from native speakers. For speaking, ICT also helps in two ways. The first, through online communication tools like Zoom and Google Meet, students can practice speaking with their classmates or even with people outside the classroom. Second, it helps build confidence because when students do speaking activities using in ICT, they feel more comfortable and confident using English. So, ICT makes both listening and speaking practice more real and meaningful. And the last point is ICT for reading and writing skills. For reading, the first, teachers can use digital reading materials like online texts and ebooks. This makes reading more flexible and interesting for students. Second, it helps improve comprehension. Yes, students can learn new vocabulary and understand ideas from many different digital texts. And for writing, first, students can use writing applications like Google Docs and Microsoft Word. These tools help students write and edit their work easily. And second, ICT makes feedback and collaboration much easier. Teachers can give comments directly on the students' work, and students can also work together online at the same time. So, with ICT, reading and writing become more interactive and collaborative. That's all for me. And the next material can be explained by my friend.
Today we will learn about ICT tools that can be used by teachers and also a model of how this technology can be integrated into learning to be more effective. For the first is type of ICT tools. For the first, Learning Management System or LMS, the example is Google Classroom or Moodle. This used to manage material, tasks, and communication between teachers and students so that learning is more structured. For the second is application. Example is Quizzes or Kahoot. This create a fun, interactive quiz to practice students' understanding. For the third is media tools. The example is Canva, PowerPoint, YouTube. Help teachers create visual materials, videos, and interesting presentations to make learning more lively. Well, the point is that there are three types of ICT tools that teachers often use. LMS to share materials and tasks, applications such as quizzes and Kahoot for interactive exercise, and media tools to make the material more interesting and easy to understand. Okay, for the next slide is ICT integration model. For the first is TPEC, technology, pedagogy, content knowledge. Teachers combine knowledge of technology, pedagogy, and subject matter so that the use of ICT is appropriate and effective. For the second is SAMR, substation, augmentation, modification, redefinition. Model to assess the extent to which technology replaces or changes traditional learning methods to be more innovative. So teachers don't just use technology just like that. With the TPEC model, teachers combine technology, teaching methodology, and subject matter. while SAMR show how technology can replace, add, change, or create new learning. Okay, for the next slide is example of ICT used in class. For the first is sharing materials and assignment through Google Classroom. For the second, create integrative quizzes on Kahoot or quizzes for student practice. For the third is presenting visual material through Canva or PowerPoint to make it more interesting. For the last is using educational videos on YouTube to support students' understanding. Okay guys, from here we look at an example. Teachers can use Google Classroom for materials, Kahoot for exercises, Canva or PowerPoint for presentation, and YouTube for videos. All of these make learning more interactive and easy for students to understand. Okay, for the last slide is the main point of ICT. ICT tools make it easier for teachers to manage, deliver, and evaluate learning. TPEG and SAMR integration models help teachers use technology appropriately according to learning needs. Effective use of ICT increases student involvement and understanding. Okay guys, so the point of that, ICT tools make learning easier, more interesting and interactive. With TPEG or SAMR, teachers use technology appropriately so the students are more effective and the material is easier to understand. Okay, maybe for the next slide, we will continue with Mawa.
Next, I would like presentation about evaluation, challenges, and ethics in using ICT. The first is ICT-based assessment. The use of ICT in assessment is becoming more common because it allows the evaluation process to be faster, more practical, and more flexible. Several ICT-based assessment types include online quizzes, platforms such as Google Forms, quizzes, or Kahoot, and provide automatic grading and then suitable for multiple choice, true, false, and matching questions. So, the next is e-portfolio. A collection of students' work saved digitally and then may include speaking recordings, written work, multimedia project, or reflections by platforms like Google Sites, Paddle, or Seesaw. And then helps evaluate students' progress continuously, not just their final result. And then ICT-based performance assessment. By presentation using PowerPoint or Canva, and then video projects like storytelling, speaking tasks, and audio recordings like pronunciation practice. And the second is advantages and disadvantages of ICT in learning. The advantages is efficiency, flexibility, multisensory, and progress tracking. The efficiency is faster access to materials and assessment, and interactive learning like digital media makes lesson more engaging. Flexibility makes support blended or remote learning. Multisensory input support visuals, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. And progress tracking that makes easier to monitor students' development using digital data. And the disadvantages, they are dependence on device and internet, because not all students have equal access, and technical issues, because sometimes system errors, low bandwidth, inaccessible files, and then distraction. Students may open unrelated apps or sites. Teacher competences. Teacher competence requires strong digital literacy, and reduce face-to-face interaction when overused. And the third is challenges in ICT implementation. First is accessibility and infrastructure, because some schools lack adequate devices or stable internet access. Second is teacher readiness, because not all teachers are familiar with integration models such as TPACK or Summer. And student motivation and discipline. Easy access to devices often leads to multitasking or task behavior. And then data security and privacy. Digital platforms often require user data, which must be handled responsibly. And then time management. Preparing ICT-based activities requires extra time and planning from the teacher. The fourth is ethical issues in using ICT, because the ICT is also usually got some plagiarism, because the student can copy paste assignment from the internet without citation and using AI tools without acknowledgement. Then cyberbullying, negative comments in online class groups or learning platforms. And privacy and data protection. Be cautious when sharing students' photos, videos, or personal information. And then device use ethics. Avoid using devices for games or unrelated activities during class. Use technology strictly for learning purposes. And then conclusion. In today's digital era, ICT is no longer just an additional tool, it has become a core necessity in learning. ICT-based assessments make evaluation more efficient and objective, but their use must be balanced with ethical awareness, proper infrastructure, and solid digital literacy from both teachers and students. ICT offers tremendous opportunities to improve learning quality, but it must be used wisely, responsibly, and ethically. When challenges are managed effectively, ICT becomes a powerful tool for creating modern, meaningful, and engaging learning experiences. And that's all from us. And if you want some discuss, we can discuss together. And then the last is we apologize if we have some mistake. So thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.